Like, we've seen it from Florida all tournament long and even throughout SEC play. It's not how you start, it's how you finish. And the fact that
Yeah.
Florida hung around this game and they took over this game in the final minute of play. And a lot of it goes on the shoulders of Walter Clayton Jr. Like, we talk all the time about how this is probably the deepest team in college hoops, but like, you need the closer. And we talk about this all the time in March Madness. It's about guard play. You need the guards
Hmm.
who can take over the game with a minute left. Like, before this game, we were talking about the handicap and saying, okay, Auburn's really physical. Their defense is going to be swatting blocks the entire time. But like, who do you trust in the final minute? And for me, it's Walter Clayton Jr. We've seen it all tournament
Yeah.
long, but now when you face this Houston team who also looks battle tested and tough as nails in the final minute of the game, like, something's got to give, right? Like, it's an incredible matchup and an incredible back and forth that we're going to see tonight. I can't wait to watch.
Well, that begs the question, are you going to bet on this game? What is going to happen? The 2-1 seeds going at it. Florida's laying 1.5. They're minus 120. Houston's even money. Total is 141.5. You know I'm on Houston. I'm taking Houston straight up on a money line. That's my futures bet. I think this is their time. I think their defense is going to be the biggest differentiator in that game. But I get a feeling you kind of like Florida.
I do, but like, we're always honest on the show because it's people's money that we're speaking about.
Mm-hmm.
If I think a game is a coin flip, why would I bet on it? Like, do you get what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, I think this game could go either way. I think both these teams are incredible. And I think in the end, it's going to come down to who makes the shots down the stretch. And I understand that's a cop out answer, but like, I'm not going to bet on something where I feel like it's
Yeah.
just a coin flip. I think if I could make a better case for something, maybe it's the total here. 141.5. Obviously, if you're on Houston, you're going to expect their defense to be really good. But look at what we saw from Florida's defense against Auburn. Like, I knew that people were going to say Auburn's defense is more physical. They're going to get more blocks, but Florida held their own, especially down low. They've got some good rim protectors as well, and especially in a national championship game. We
Mm-hmm.
talk about this in championship games and in game sevens. It feels like all of the possessions are way more deliberate because they know how much is on the table. So I think I would look at the under 141.5. We know Houston is going to do their part to slow down the game.
Mm-hmm.
The question is, will Florida do that as well? But again, I think you're going to try to be efficient and make all of your possessions count when everything is on the line in the national championship game.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Cougars on the money line here. And I know Auburn plays a physical brand of defense, but I just believe Houston is different. Like, it's just a next level. Like, I don't think anybody saw going into that game against Duke shooting 37.5% from the field. But that's what Houston does. It's just a next level defense where they just suffocate you and they just don't quit and they keep coming and they keep coming. There's a reason why Houston allows the lowest field goal percentage in the country. And they out-rebounded Duke. They'll need to be careful on the glass tonight because one thing Florida does really well is hit the offensive glass. So the last thing you want to do is give the Gators second chance points. But I think Houston is going to be able to do that. They have that experience because all these guys, virtually all of them, were not in the Final Four, but they've been in this tournament situation again and again and again. And I kind of like that they're underdogs here. You know how coaches and players buy into different ideas and narratives? We heard Kelvin Sampson, like, you need to start believing in us. And once again, Houston beating Duke, still a dog. I think that just plays into that dog mentality that Houston has played with for the majority of the season. I just believe it's their time. They've got to control the tempo like they did against Duke. But I'm going to be on the Cougars on the money line here, and I might put a sprinkle on the under. I think however you think this game is going to go, I feel like, I know it's simple, but if you like Florida, the over probably hits. If you like Houston, the under probably hits.
Yeah, I think we're going to get a good game. Like, again,
Mm-hmm.
like, I think you could really make a great case for either side because what happened with Duke and Houston deserves credit for their defense. I don't see
Mm-hmm.
that happening with Florida's offense. Like, Walter Clayton Jr. is not going to let himself go without getting some good looks at the rim. He's the finisher. We've seen it all season long. So I don't know. I think it could go either way. What about the first half? Because I was thinking to myself, if Florida has these slow starts and they're good closers,
Mm-hmm.
they can't do it in the first half. Maybe go with Houston. I think they're getting like a point in the first half. I don't
Ah,
know. I think the under is my favorite play, but I think we do get a good game.
Yeah, I think so as well. The under is definitely the trend for Houston, which should not surprise anyone because they want to be in a rock fight. That's what Houston, they want to slow down. They want to frustrate you, and they're extremely efficient from 3-point land. So they can hit a big shot from deep when they need to, but the under is 9-3-1 in the last 13 games for Houston. And also, look, they're going to have that home crowd in front of them. I think that was huge. I mean, you could hear the crowd behind Houston, especially late in that game against Duke. They wanted the Cougars win it. It's definitely going to be pro Cougars, and that's definitely going to be the case tonight. So I'm just looking for factors, maybe extraneous factors that can affect the final handicap. And Houston being pretty close to home there in San Antonio with a home crowd and the momentum. I'm going to be on Houston, but you know what? To your point, I'm just hoping we get a fantastic championship. Also, Chelsea, I need that future's about to come home. All right, I'm right here, one game away. Just have that come home, and I can brag about that for a year.